If you want the quickest way, find out how his father treats his mom. How his father treats women and his mom will be a pretty humongous indicator how a man will view you after sex. Now, this differs between attachment styles also. So we're going to be breaking them up into 4 attachment styles and how each attachment style views you after sex. And we're going to the last one, which is the most toxic one, is the avoidant, right? How avoidant men see you after sex. And this might explain a lot, okay? Now, let's begin with the video. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna have a few announcements. One, there's a free gift for all of you guys, a free audiobook. You know, oh, Father Alex is always selling us stuff. Well, there's something free for you. A free audiobook on how to make a guy chase and keep them with the hot and cold formula. Just click on the description down below and get that free gift. And the second announcement is that we're having a seminar in New York City, December 9th, I believe. We might move it. Yeah, December 9th. Just click on the description down below once again and purchase your tickets, okay? And we're coming up with a new course called the Commitment Formula. If you guys want to purchase that course, it's a course for women who are in situationships and single. And if you're thinking about breaking up because, you know, during the holidays is when most people break up, you could just pre-order it right now, because if you get to pre-order it, you guys are going to get access to me recording the course, okay? So pre-order it now at a much affordable price before I close the channel. We also have payment plans, all right? Now, let's begin with the video. So the first thing is the secure attachment, right? This is how they view them, right? This is not a very small percentage. I think it's a less percentage nowadays than before. There's more single motherhood nowadays than before. There's more insecurely attached boys as we see the rise of incels. But a securely attached guy is pretty obvious. Men with a secure attachment style tend to have stable and positive relationships after sex. Okay, they don't pull away. They don't get needy and creepy. You don't look unattractive all of a sudden. They don't want you to get out. They don't want you to take the train back home. None of that kind of stuff. The reason why is because for them, sex reinforces emotional intimacy rather than changing how they view their partner. So rather than saying, oh shit, I don't like this person no more, it actually reinforces what they saw. So what this means is that securely attached men, let me make sure that the thing is right here. Okay. Securely attached men don't have a change in perception after you giving up the poom poom. They don't have like that sudden psychological shift. Let's give. Oh, this supposed to be white. Hey, the butt. I gotta get some light in here, man. Jesus Christ. Okay, there you go. People say I don't have eye bags. I have eye bags, man. Well, you don't see it here because it's beautiful lighting, but like you see, look. No, Jesus Christ, I look insecure. You see it. Now this is because never. Anyways, man, shut up, Alexis. Okay, so now if I want to hurt Alexis, tell him you got big old eyebrows. I mean, not eyebrows, eye bags. I do, man. Feastoons, man. They gotten bigger. I look older, but not in the light where we are right now. So these guys, they don't change their perception. It's pretty consistent. They don't have those fluctuations. I like her now, I don't. Right? And so what that means is that they're consistent. That's what that means. They're more consistent in your life. And the behavior is that they'll cuddle, right? Communicate, talk how you feel. That whole, you know, I was gonna say, you know, communicate. They'll show affection. They'll go like that, you know, after sex. What they want to do is improve on the emotional bond. The problem is that some women will see this behavior and they'll think, oh, he a bitch. Toxic women will, right? I mean, the problem with securely attached guys, a lot of the times they get fucked over by toxic women, right? They meet the wrong woman a lot of the times and it ruins it for good women. So there's no change in behavior. They don't see you any different. In fact, they like you more after sex. Now, anxious, preoccupied. They view women often. These men often feel emotionally closer after sex, sometimes overly so, right? They might even hold on tight. You're like, oh my God, he's kidnapping me, right? They might interpret sexual intimacy as a proof of love and commitment, which is good to a certain degree, right? But the problem is that these are the needy, creepy ones, right? These are the guys a lot of the times also that that higher escorts, that 60-year-old guy who doesn't feel loved, right? Um, and the reason behind it is that they crave reassurance. They never got validation from their own parents. They never got validation from their own mom. They crave a connection from another woman. So post-sex vulnerability may amplify feelings of attachment or dependency. So they may become more dependent on you. And if they're toxic, they might become very possessive about you, right? And you'll see the personality shift. Securely attached guys don't have that personality shift. They do like you more, but this is needy creepiness. This is different. And the behavior is that they become clingy and seek confirmation of affection, sometimes worrying that the other person may not feel the same way. Why? Because it's happened in the past in their lives. They've shown a woman, move myself over here, they've shown a woman affection, and in the past, she has not reciprocated. Right? These are the nice guys that if this happens long enough, they turn into players. Okay? Or they'll turn to porn as a way to cope with the pain. Now, the avoidant men are dismissive, right? And men with avoiding attachments often experience a drop in emotional connection after sex. This is when they want their space. This is when they're late and they gotta wake up early, even though they told you they had all night, right? This is when they want this. This is the ones that don't cuddle with you, right? And a lot of insecure women, anxious, preoccupied, get with avoidant men. Understand the world works through polarities, right? Toxic people are always through polarities. Non-toxic people are not into polarities. Securely attached guys are not going to go after insecurely attached women. They're going to go after securely attached women. Toxic people, angry people get with submissive people. Submissive people get with angry people. Aggressive people get with non-aggressive people. Rich people get with the poor girl. The poor girl gets with the rich guy. The young girl gets with the old guy. The old guy gets with the young girl. The polarities. Toxicity breeds that type of polarity. And because they find it hot, right? They find it hot. And the reason behind that, by the way, people, this is funny. This is the most common, like clients that I get, like the most common, like situations that I get. And the reason why is because it's so confusing. Because avoidant guys are extremely, get out of here, fly. Avoidant guys are extremely confusing. That's just how it is. Because they'll verbally tell you that they like you, but their behavior changes because in your distance they'll miss you. In your presence they'll want space, and that's the confusing part. This is why I tell people, book a one-on-one phone call with Father Alex, man. Book a call with me. Let me show you how to do it, man. Just click on the description down below. You can book a 10-minute call for $75, 15-minute call for $99. And I get to the problem quick, people. All right. So you might say, oh my God, Father Alex is scamming his followers. I'm not scamming my followers. Okay. These sessions work. These sessions, you get results after that. You get clarity. And if you want, we also have packages. Okay. So just click on the description down below and book a phone call with me. And a lot of people have. Every time I show this, people do book those calls. I know you're thinking about it. It's the holidays, okay? I know you're going through some stuff because every single holiday, understand, people break up the most during the holidays, okay? Oh, and one more thing, we're going to be sending an email list based on this, okay? So if you guys want the written version of this, just sign up for my email list. So the avoidant, guys, is intimacy triggers discomfort or loss of control. That's why a lot of successful men are avoidant, because they want control. And so they tend to have a deeper desire to have more control over their lives. And these are the type of guys that travel a lot. These are the type of guys that are very successful, that are very creative. Oh, fuck, man. Sometimes I sometimes wonder, how much am I projecting here, man? Because also Leonardo da Vinci was kind of like this. If you read his notebooks, he never talked about feelings, right? Never talked about feelings. He only talked about facts and nature and everything but feelings, right? But the problem is that they're very attractive, right? I'm not talking about myself, but most avoidant guys are mysterious. They're attractive. There are a lot of things that we want, except the intimacy. And women, when they encounter this, they think they have the magical pum pum and that you could change them. When in reality, you can't change that motherfucker. Well, you could, but it takes work, right? It takes work. They have to have a weakness they have to work on. So it could be that maybe they struggle with keeping relationships, or maybe they smoke crack, for example, right? Overcoming their crack addiction can potentially allow them to become more intimate because it requires self-assessment. It requires vulnerability to overcome those. How do I know that? Well, because I worked. First of all, I had my own addictions. I wasn't a crack addict, but you know what I mean. But also, I worked at a drug rehab for not. I volunteered, and yeah, in order to get to that point where you're drug free, you have to let everything out, and that requires some like almost mimicking securely attachment style of communicating, where you're open about your feelings, right? And the harder you are, the harder you struggle with this, the more you relapse. So they downplay the importance of encounter out afterwards, right? So what's the behavior? Well, they might seem cold or mysterious, right? Or deep and profound, right? They might appear detached, uninterested soon after sex. Not because they didn't enjoy, but because the emotional closeness feels threatening. Some of these guys will have the best sex with you, but as soon as they find out you start developing feelings, they'll find somebody else. Yeah, that's what you're looking at. That's just for effect. They'll find somebody else. Yep, they'll find somebody else. It's crazy. I know it's crazy. Yeah, I did not make men, people. Okay, Father Alex did not make men. Stop looking at me like I made them. That's just how people are. I'm here to explain people. I'm not here to take responsibility for humanity. The next one, fearful, avoidant. These men may feel conflicted, wanting closeness, yet fearing it at the same time. After sex, they might oscillate between affection and withdrawal. Now, let me ask you something. You ever wonder how this happens? Well, let me give you an explanation. Imagine a baby, a creepy little baby, and imagine his mom, and she's annoyed. She had a long day, right? And he's crying, wah, 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 like how baby goes, wah, and she's annoyed. She picks him up. She's like, "What the fuck, this baby doesn't stay quiet, right?" And she might not go hard, but because she's frustrated with something, when she moves him, there's more shiftiness, even if it's subtle, right? Because of your frustration, and the baby can sense that. The baby can sense when it's a soft movement versus a movement and this baby, man, doesn't quiet. Baby doesn't stay quiet. And what happens is that it's almost like turbulence. And at a plane, you get scared. And when she said in her mind, she's like, man, she might even say, "Oh my God, this baby, Jesus Christ!" And all the baby's ear is in her chest. So what is he hear? And that's a scary sound, right? So it's a turbulent movement, scary sound, and the baby's already distressed. So what the fuck does the baby want? Bitch, put me down. Put me down. Even though I'm scared, put me down. Right? The mom gets frustrated. She puts the baby down, but the baby still is unsatisfied. But when she picks him up again, she does it the wrong way, and he wants her to put him down. So that really reflects it, where it's impatient parents who never had the patience to self-soothe their babies because of something happening in their lives. And over time, that baby never learns to go from annoyed and agitated to peace. So their body never learns how to use that muscle of self-regulation. And as he grows up, he'll, without knowing, there's reason why he'll become a fearful avoidant, where he wants intimacy, but the intimacy makes him stressed, so he wants distance. But him being distant makes him also feel stressed, and so he'll undulate, and that confuses women, right? So after sex, right, the reason why is because deep fears of rejection and abandonment make emotional intimacy confusing, right? Maybe their parents died. That's another reason why. And so the way that manifests in his behavior is that they might initially express warmth, then later retreat, right? And so even though even look at you and sort of like look at you scared, like because it's intimate, they may not even make eye contact, but then when you get annoyed, that's when they start showing interest. You gotta understand, it's not personal. What's the problem is that you're gonna tolerate that. That's a problem. They gotta heal. That's not your job. You gotta get out of that situation. That shit fucks with you, man. Especially after sex, you're gonna say, "What's wrong with me?" Right? So the secure, they don't change their perception of you. The anxious, they get more needy and creepy. The avoidant, they want distance after it, right? It's not because they didn't enjoy, but because emotional closeness and sexual vulnerability makes them feel awkward. But after a moment and time passes by, they'll rejuvenate. It's almost like an introvert that doesn't have a lot of social fuel, right? But then the fearful avoidant will express warmth, will show you interest, but then all of a sudden, once they get too close, they need distance, right? So they might initially express warmth, then later retreat and act distant without clear reason. Well, it's because their emotions, they never learned how to regulate it. They're confused. They have mixed feelings for the mother figure, which a woman become a mother figure to a man, right? Um, and look, man, we can blame their moms or and their dads for not being there, because with a father it provides more emotional regulation. I mean, having a father also expands your verbal capacity. It expands your vocabulary. The more of an expansive vocabulary you have, the easier it is for you to put words into emotions, and the easier it is for you to manage your emotions. Like that's just how it is. You become more emotionally intelligent with a wider range of vocabulary of words, and without that, you don't have that. There's a lot of things here, man. It's a lot of things, a lot of psychological things, man. Anyways, man, let me know what you guys think about this, man. I don't know. I'm happy today, man. Let me know what you guys think about this. I'm just happy my face is coming back to normal, man. Like you guys don't know, I've been eating horribly the last few months, man, and now I'm like putting lotion on. I'm putting, oh my God, he's not crusty no more. I'm putting sunscreen all the time. I'm eating a lot of greens. I cook amazingly, by the way. I'm not eating that many carbs. I mean, I eat rice like once a week. I usually have vegetables, legumes, and a lot of oatmeal. Just eating healthy, man, and it changes the way you see it. And I'm gonna start giving that as part of my as what I tell you guys. A lot of you ladies are in your looks. You guys are cutting yourself short with your diet. Y'all eat and drink horribly. Like I'm not even kidding. Especially if you're Latina, you know what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, yeah, Latinas and black people. Yeah, exactly. We got to learn the white diet. Fucking Melissa diet. Yep, yep. With granola. Yep, kombucha. Yep. We gotta copy white people, man. Look, I'm not kidding, because the more gringos here is in Mexico, the more salad bars there is. That's just a fact. I don't care. When do you see freaking kombucha bar in the hood? You don't see that shit. You only see that shit once Whitey enters. So we gotta do better health, man. We gotta have a better, healthy life, man. White people know how to eat well. They know how to eat healthy. That's just it's privilege, obviously, because but it's like we got to imitate certain parts of certain cultures. And what I learned is imitating white people, because I remember dating white girls when I was younger. Like, not that I dated white girls, I dated Latinas, the black sisters, right? Let me tell you something, man. I got dumped. Oh man, I'm not even gonna go there, man. Remember that story about the girl that I met at the poetry slam, man? She dumped me because of my channel, man. I cannot believe that, man. I was like, come on, sister. Why are you doing that to me, man? She thought I was toxic. I'm like, you gotta watch my women's channel. It is what it is, man. That's never happened in my life. I've never been dumped for my channel. Like, it's always been a plus. Only one girl has ever done that, man. Damn, man. And she looked like Vivian Banks. Not Vivian Banks. Hillary Banks. Yeah, yeah. Well, what can I do? I can't keep someone. Anyways, man, let me know what you guys think about this. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, you guys know where to go. And sorry for the rant. Hope it wasn't racist. Now, we have an announcement, people, before we get back to the video. It's called our new course, which is the Commitment Blueprint. Listen, I asked you guys, and 1,000 of you guys answered my survey. And it seems like the biggest issue you guys struggle with is commitment. Getting out of situationships and getting guys to commit. This course is specifically meant to address those needs. Now, you guys all know that all of my courses They over deliver. They produce results from natural chemistry to the psychological game of attraction. I have no doubt that if you guys apply what this course will say, you guys will find a guy that will commit to you guys. The issue is not with you. The problem is not with how you look, because if you look at women who are married, a lot of them, it ranges. There's no looks standard that you have to have. It's really about your mentality and the strategies that you apply. The problem is that with my videos, I have so many videos that sometimes you guys might suffer from information overload. So I'm going to put all of the information that I know from my experience and from what I've been learning in the past 2 years, because I've been really focusing on this course, really doing my research. As you guys know, I go to meditation retreats in order to come up with ideas, and I work with clients. And so I'm kind of up to date with what the main issue is. And I think I solved it. So pre-order this course. Is going to be released at the end of January. So pre-order it right now at a discounted rate, because this is going to be, in my opinion, my best course. The last 2 years, I've been through so much. I've had so many different experiences. I've worked with a diverse set of clients that I think I've reached the pinnacle of my experience. And I know for sure that if you guys apply what this course says, you will be satisfied. You will find a guy for you, and you will not need to watch my channel anymore. Well, that's going to suck, right? But Father Alex is here to help. Father Alex is not here to make you guys my slave. Father Alex is not here to make you guys into informational junkies. That's not the point. The point for me is that you guys watch my channel and that you guys can live your life without needing me. And that's the purpose of this course. Now, you guys can purchase it at a different option, right? In this course, we have a basic option, a basic package, and then we have the silver package, which with that course, you get the course and you get the Q&A seminar. What's a Q&A seminar? Well, when you guys watch the course, I'm going to have a Q&A session for about 2 or 3 weeks where you guys can ask me questions based on what you guys saw, and you guys are going to be able to replay it, right? So you guys are going to get access to the bonus webinar on top of this course. Now, we also have the gold package where you not only get access to the webinar, but also you get a 15-minute session with me at a discounted rate, right? So you guys can purchase it at one time or get a 3-month plan, right? And this 3-month plan allows you to purchase it at 1/3 of the price and pay it within 3 months, all right? Father Alex is not going to send the repo man to get the money back, right? And this is the thing, there's a 30-day money back guarantee. If you don't like it, just ask me for your money back and I will give it back. Father Alex has always been faithful with giving you your money back. So click on the description down below, pre-order it right now. You guys know me. I don't just release courses. All of my courses are there because I feel like you guys need it. If not, I'll be making courses every year. So check it out, and I know that this will be the pinnacle of my life's work. You guys know I'm intense with things. I will over-deliver. And if you guys don't think so, try me, all right? Let's get back to the video.